Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. Alfred Tardo here, the Rebel Turner. Today I want to focus on one thing, and that one thing is bark. I have a piece on the lathe that I put up, and you guys are going to look at it and say, why in the world would you put something up like that? And let me show you as to why. Safely put this on the bandsaw and be able to cut it the way that I would want to cut it. So the only thing that I can do is set it up with that much of an offset so I can focus on the back side of this and not the front side of it. And the reason for that is because I have missing bark out here, and I don't want to use this part of it. I want to capture the beginning of this bark and this bark. And if I look at this elevation, and that's what I have to orient as to how far I am from the bark here. I want to be about the same as here. So if I look at my cut line, this is still not it. I still want to pull this over because I'm all the way down there, and over here I'm further away. So I still got a little bit more work to do with this again on this reorientation. And I believe I got the front point, it's just the back point is not there. So right here is the point where I hit the bark, and right here is exactly the same point. So I'm going to be able to use this bark area as much as possible. I'm also looking at the line this way in parallel to what the top is, right there and right there, and that looks pretty good. I think that's getting to be where I want. I can refine this from the very top, and my foot looks pretty good. I'm ready to go into my chuck, and everything is pretty well balanced from what I see, other than this round tip that I still got in here, and I will get that from the bottom up. I had a chainsaw cut here that I had not noticed before. It's going to stay, but I still got a little bit here, a flat area, and very little right here. Something I've said before and not realizing if anybody else had made that observation or not. But while going inside and doing these walls, one area that I'm focused on is, and it was probably a little bit better explained on what I heard today from David Ellsworth than what I've been trying to explain in the past, is that when I'm going in here, I'm not looking inside of the bowl. What I'm looking at is the shadow that I see here and the constant gap, equal gap. It's almost like you can see the whole way, all the way down. You can see how far you are at any given point away from the wall on your bowl, on your piece. So I follow that as a guide. Well, I cannot go any deeper in there with my live setter in place. As much as I try to keep it as much as I can in there, but you come to a point that you have to get it out of the way so you can work down towards the bottom. Now, I see I got a little bit of a gouge here, a little bit on the transition between the bark and the sapwood. So I'm going to have to work this area a little bit. And I believe I am done with this other than sanding. Now, sanding on the transition between the bark and the wood, because the bark is softer, I do it with the lathe stopped. and go back and forth on those areas until it's smooth. Today's finish, after doing the Yorkshire grit, I'm going to use something that I haven't used in a while, and that's Minwax Paste Wax. So I use it, I used to use it a little bit more than I have lately. Actually, I haven't used this in a long time. I've gotten using the OB Shine Juice, and pretty much I gave up on just about anything else because I've always liked the OB Shine Juice. But yesterday I decided to try a different mixture, and that's what I got in the jar of, and I substituted the boiled linseed oil to tung oil. And I used it in yesterday's piece, in the vase that I was working on. But I did not like the results. It just did not give me that luster that I expected with it. And I had tried the tung oil by itself, and I didn't like the results of tung oil by itself either. So I'm assuming that, you know, that's the problem, is the tung oil. So I'll resort back to the OB Shine Juice with the boiled linseed oil, the regular formula. Well, I'm still going to apply some of that mixture of my OB Shine Juice with the tung oil in it and see if I can get it to penetrate on the bark a little bit. I like this piece, yet I don't like the finish too much. got pieces like this that you are worried about and you want to maintain a good shine consistent, you can always resort to a shellac spray or brushed on. And I have the spray, but I would rather get a polished buff right now than the spray. But if this doesn't work, I'll resort to that. Spray out all the wax that I got on the bark. Well, here's a pretty natural edge bowl. I like pieces with which the bark stands proud, and this one definitely is out there. Time to get it out and finish up the base. And as usual, I want you to look as reverse turning should be an easy alternative. There's always a solution to how you're going to mount it up, put it up, and be able to finish it quick, easy, and without a large investment into different chucks and whatnot. I believe on keeping things as easy as possible when it comes to lathe work. If you feel better putting it in your chucking system, by all means, then do that. But I want you to know that you don't have to have a vacuum chuck to turn something around. You don't have to have the cold jaws or anything of that sort. You just need to resort and come up with something that's going to work for your situation. Well, I'm going to go in there and take that out with, I could still use my same bowl gouge, but I'm going to use something a little bit smaller, the 3/8. There it is. Just snapped off that little piece. Can hit it with 320 sandpaper and buff it up one more time. So another piece from the fire pit to the lathe, and it made a nice looking natural edge. Hope you like it. Don't forget, thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. We'll see you next time.